Hey, what's going on? This your boy Brown, Mayhem alumni. Special edition of the Refill. I'm sitting here with my homeboy Marcel P Black.
Yes, sir.
Album just dropped on the 22nd.
Yes,
Hard copies available on the 29th. Cry Freedom. Let's talk about what the album's all about, man.
Oh man. When Joe and I started working on this project back in 2008, the whole mindset was to like create the soundtrack to the struggle, to the revolution.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Just really wanted to do something like that was decidedly Southern. You know what I'm saying? Like in the vein of like the Goody Mob Soul Food or something like that. And you know, kind of updated or whatever, but at the same time timeless. I just wanted the content just to be uplifting, powerful. You know, very indicative of the times that we're in, and you know, kind of what's been going on in the colony of African America. So,
right.
You know, powerful album, man. Powerful album. Like I said, worked on it for a long time. Went through a couple different versions of the album, but given the climate we're in, I think everything was right on time.
Right. One thing that I love about the album is it keeps history correct. As much as they try to whitewash history and everything, and I mean you were able to create something that can be listened to, like you just said, making it timeless. We can go 10, 15 years from now and these kids will hear these names that you drop, and you know what I'm saying, these jewels that you drop, and they can go back and do their research on it.
Right.
That's one thing that I do truly love about it, about keeping history correct or putting something out there that can be researched.
Right, man. Like, well, I got my degree in history, so I read a lot.
Right.
And so, like, pretty much, I'm mentioning Robert F. Williams, to Punchy Carter, to not Mansa Musa.
Huey, speak about Huey.
Shaka Zulu, I'm talking about Nat Turner. You know what I'm saying? Hannibal the Carthage. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So, you know, being a history major, and person who loves to read, and you know, these people inspires me. So I definitely wanted to, you know, kind of, you know, they were big influences, you know, in some of my ideologies and philosophies going into it or whatever. And you know, like with black media, man, like we don't really own a lot of it.
Right.
And so, like, you know, as an artist, I feel like it's my responsibility to, like, you know, do my part to get what's going on out there, because you're right, like we own Facebook all day, we don't own Facebook, but we don't own Facebook,
right.
Or the social media platforms we use. We definitely don't own no CNN or, you know, Fox News and nothing like that or whatever. So, you know, Chuck D coined it 25, 30 years ago that, you know, hip hop and rap music is the black CNN or whatever.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Right. So, definitely, man, like it's things going on out here that you're not gonna see on television. You know, so you're not gonna hear on the radio. You're not gonna see them on your major news networks or whatever. So I just felt it was, you know, in all my music, I just you know, just feel like it's very, very important to make sure that what's really, really going on is being documented.
Okay. Cry Freedom. Where did that come from? I mean, what's the definition of the album?
So originally, when we first started, the album was gonna be called By Any Means.
Okay.
By Any Means is like the title record, and we ran with it probably up until probably less than a year, maybe at the top of the year, when we finally decided that we wanted to switch it. By Any Means was a song that we released. I mean, we got a remix on the album now, but the original version, it had Donnie Rose on it singing and rapping or whatever. It came out like in 09, and it did really well. Like, it was one of the first songs to really get like radio play, you know, that I've ever really had or whatever. So it did really well, but it was an older song and we wanted to redo it. But I was like, well, so if we wanted to redo it, it might not be as special. So I was trying to think of different names for the album. I was thinking like, we call it Warrior Music. I mean, I had a title going around my head called Freedom Is My Religion, but none of it really kind of added up or whatever. And so I'm just looking through the track list, and I'm thinking like, what is the most powerful name that sticks out to me? And it was Cry Freedom, man. Cry Freedom was originally a movie about the life of Stephen Biko. He was a revolutionary during apartheid South Africa, who was, you know, who was
murdered.
Yeah. Yep. He was assassinated or whatever. He was the leader. I want to say it was the Black Consciousness movement or whatever that spread. You know, that was very, very powerful. You know what I'm saying, to the South African brothers and sisters or whatever. So you know, and it was a movie about him that starred Denzel Washington called Cry Freedom, and I just always thought that was dope. You know what I'm saying? I just always thought, huh?
When did that come out?
Came out, I want to say like 85. 85, maybe late 80s, early 90s, whatever. And then Denzel Washington played Stephen Pico or whatever. But you know, really good movie. I just love the name, just Cry Freedom. It's like, it's almost like it sounds like it's backwards. Like you would think freedom cry or crying for freedom, but cry freedom. And to me, man, it's just like, I mean, I think it's obvious what freedom is. Well, I digress. It's not obvious what freedom is because, you know, Africans in America never truly been free. We don't know what freedom is. Right. You know what I'm saying? Right. And so I always feel like where there's nothing there, there's room to create or whatever. So cry is the struggle, the pain. It's the joy. It's the tears. It's the struggle you go through. It's overcoming the struggle. It's just, you know, just the putting yourself into it and putting your whole soul and your whole emotion into whatever it takes to get free or whatever. And like I said, we don't know what freedom is, but because we've never been free, like truly, you know, like 100% free or whatever. But we're putting our souls and our emotions and our talents and our resources on the line to try to create what type of freedom, whether we see it while we're still alive or not. Like, I'll probably never be quote unquote free, but I want my kids to be free and I want my grandkids to be free. Right. You know, and so Cry Freedom is me playing my part, you know what I'm saying, adding to the legacy, you know what I'm saying, of all the other people who came before me, my ancestors and the, you know, people who was actually martyred for the cause of being free.
Okay, great, well understood. All right, so Friday the 29th, man. 29th. The 29th, man. Congratulations on your signing with a major, or you have a
not quite a major. Not quite a major, man. Not quite a major.
Right. But we have a big celebration going on for you on the 29th.
Yes, sir.
At Spanish Moon.
Correct.
What about you're bringing in a guy named Quad, and you're also bringing in
Luke St. John. Quadri's a young dude from he's from Baton Rouge, South Baton Rouge. Okay. I want to say graduated from McKinley a couple years ago. Okay. He just recently released a project with picturesofplanes.com called America and Me. You know, he don't like. Honestly, I don't think there's another artist in the city who sounds like him. He has his own original style, like, you know what I'm saying. So he does a lot of stuff online. He does a lot of traveling. He doesn't really perform as much. So I'm excited to kind of get him out, you know what I'm saying, and expose him to the scene and expose the people to him because he's very talented. Everybody knows Luke St. John, you know what I'm saying. His name kind of precedes itself or whatever, is elusive as he is, you know what I'm saying. Right. Everybody knows Luke St. John. Got this young man right here, you know what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying, brand representing Mayhem alumni. Shameless plug, you know what I'm saying. And I got my label mate, I guess the marquee artist on my label, Grand Union Media Group, JB, you know what I'm saying, he's an Oklahoma native like myself. Okay. You know what I'm saying, so we linked up on that capacity. He's gonna host and do like a little small performance or whatever as well, and we're gonna have a good time, man. It's you know, my organization, Baton Rouge Hip Hop Project, has a signature concert series called Hip Hop is Alive. We've been doing it for, it'll be 4 years in no, we've been doing longer than that. It'll make 4 years in December in Spanish Moon. Mm-hmm. But I want to say, yeah, the first Hip Hop is Alive was at the library in the summer 2012 or whatever. So yeah, so I mean, so the event has been going on for 4 years, and you know, it's the situation to where, you know, we try to bring in, you know, larger name talents, you know what I'm saying, you know, people that's, you know, traveled the world and done a whole lot of things, and pair them up, you know what I'm saying, with some solid, some dope MCs in Baton Rouge, man, because I feel like in order to build the scene, like we can rap to each other all day or whatever. Some of us don't necessarily have the ability to get on the road and tour or whatever. So one thing we try to do is bring those touring artists here. You know what I'm saying? Like we brought Nesby Phipps, we brought the Big Son here, we brought Superstition here, we brought Tef Poe here, we brought Substantial here. You know what I'm saying? We had
I was just about to speak on that, man. I was just about to say, hands down, you know what I mean? Like ain't nobody doing for the city on that point what you done did for the city. And not even being a native of the city. Right. But to see a guy who's not from the area to come to the area and really put on for his adopted city, you know what I'm saying? That's like major salute to you. You know what I'm saying? I mean, we got a lot of cats around here that's from here, and they just ain't doing it, man.
I mean, you know, it's a situation to where it's like, you know, like I definitely started rapping, you know, when I was in high school back in Oklahoma, but like when I came here, like I jumped head first in the community as a as a, a youth worker, as an educator, now as a mental health counselor. I've been in Baton Rouge for the most part of 14 years, come August or whatever. So I spent my whole adult life here. I cut my teeth at the open mics and at the showcases and at the poetry readings and at the ciphers here in Baton Rouge. I dropped my project in Baton Rouge when I was signed to my label. It was based between Baton Rouge and Atlanta, but I definitely put my time in for so long, you know what I'm saying? And I'm the type of person, man, like that's my mentality. When there's nothing there, that means there's room to create or whatever.
Right.
And I saw how tough it was as an artist without those type of resources. And so, just I guess maybe just the hustler spirit or the type of person. Maybe I'm just I've been a mentor by trade. Maybe that's just who I am as a person. If I see somebody struggling and I see somebody talented potential, I want to help them. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of artists, local artists, or people with transplants like myself, a lot of people are only focused on themselves.
Right.
If those be the main ones who never get anything done. My focus has always been, and I honestly, sometimes I think like, if I didn't try so hard, if I just focus on myself and put 100% of the energy into myself, I probably could have went further. I do remember like back in 2013, I was dealing with all the rap politics and all the BS or whatever, and when I kind of fell back from it, that's where everything took off for me. And so sometimes, especially now that I'm older, I'm 32 years old, I got kids in elementary school, now I've been married for 6 years or whatever, sometimes I think like, well, what if I just kind of fell back? It just did me, but honestly, I really don't know how.
Right.
Like I can't, if I see somebody with potential, and I feel like, man, let me have a conversation with this dude or let me link him up with this person.
Right.
I'm gonna do it or whatever. And at the same time, like, I understand that, and this is what I feel like I understand, and like the lion's share artists in Baton Rouge don't understand, is that it's difficult to come out of a city where only one person is popping.
Right.
If you have multiple people popping, multiple people doing things, multiple different movements, you got these type of events, you got these type of events, he's popping doing the trap stuff, he's popping doing the conscious stuff, he's popping making strip club records or whatever, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's what gets outsiders paying attention to the city. You understand what I'm saying? I understand that.
Right.
Like, I fear no man, I fear no MC. I wholeheartedly admit there's artists out here who have more lyrical skill than me. That doesn't hurt me at all because I'm very, very confident in what I do, and it's proven what I do. You know what I'm saying? But I would love to see 10 other rappers working as hard as and being as successful as myself, or even more successful.
Man,
because that's what the city needs.
Why do you think there's a lack of success in Baton Rouge when it comes to hip hop? I mean, we don't have the Atlanta situation going on. I mean, you can even look at Chicago. We don't have those type of situations going on.
Right.
As far as people riding with each other when it comes to hip hop.
Well, I think for one, we don't have industry here. We don't have a radio station that supports local artists.
Right.
We don't have a lot of venues that like really do hip hop shows or whatever. It's just like with the industry here, you have money here. So like a lot of artists don't have money. Like a lot of the like your hood rapper is all dope money. You know what I'm saying? Right. Like there's people don't really have investors out here. You know what I'm saying? And you're not gonna have investors when there's no industry. When there's because why invest in something? Why invest in an artist or a label? You know what I'm saying? And when there's no industry to actually make them move forward and get their money back.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You got a lot of these these dope boys put money into the music, but the difference between selling dope and selling rap music is dope and sell itself.
Right.
And when you don't have the proper outlets to get bigger, you know what I'm saying? It's from a media standpoint, from radio or venue type standpoint or whatever, then you pretty much just put music out for the fun of it, you know what I'm saying, for the look of it, for the lifestyle of it or whatever. And it doesn't really permeate outside of Baton Rouge, Right. Like Baton Rouge artists, you know what I'm saying, like a lot of the street artists or whatever, they'll do stuff like Walker and White Castle and Franklin, and they'll go to Natchez or Macomb or something like that or whatever, but it never really goes further. But it's crazy is you look up and you'll see an Atlanta artist, well not so much now, you see an Atlanta artist, you'll see a Dallas artist talking about jigs, sound like straight up Baton Rouge type stuff or whatever.
Right. Or the white tee.
Right. And I think it's because like, I don't know, I kind of have this theory, more about New Orleans, but South Louisiana period, like, especially South Louisiana is extremely musical, and almost to a flaw. It's like we take music and it's so natural in us or whatever, that some people will just kind of like live their lives like so comfortable with just creating art or whatever that we don't necessarily take the time to understand the business and monetize it. And so it takes some person from Dallas who has, you know, they've had success in the music industry, or Atlanta, who's out pretty much the biggest part of the industry at this point for rap music, you know what I'm saying, to monetize the same things we've been doing for free or whatever. Right, I remember Square when Max got signed with Koch or whatever, he went to Atlanta, you know what I'm saying, and he tried to look at him some producers. The producers were from Baton Rouge. You know, this Atlanta sound at the time was being done by Baton Rouge producers or whatever. Mm-hmm. I knew this nigga from back in the G, you know what I'm saying? So, I mean, and then it's like, in terms of alternate ways that kind of go outside the major label method or whatever, nobody has ever really been successful doing that. And so the one thing about Baton Rouge, people gotta see it before they even try it.
Right.
And then it's particularly what they see, you know. Is this person known in the neighborhood? Do they play this person's music in the strip club? Do I see this rapper in the VIP with the bottles or whatever? You know what I'm saying? That's definitely what they gotta see, as to where, you know, how many festivals has this person been on? How high has his music charted on the radio? How many cities on this tour? You know what I'm saying? Like, so it's kind of it kind of becomes out of sight, out of mind, and people are only looking in one particular direction, right? And so a lot of people in Baton Rouge understand that there is a sustainable model for you to follow and matriculate, you know what I'm saying, within your career that's outside of what they see or whatever.
So with what you just said, do you believe, what is your theory on you have to become popular outside of your state first before you become popular in the state? You heard that before?
Heard it a lot.
Because, you know, your own people are the ones who tend to hate on you.
You know what? It's weird, man, because when Jiggy City Blues by any means first started getting radio play, it was different radio play outside of Baton Rouge. Mm-hmm. For me, I definitely get a lot more love on so to Baton Rouge, I'm just this fat older dude who been rapping for a long time, who put on shows, put out albums, right? To these places I go to, I am the Baton Rouge God MC.
Right.
Like, I get paid to headline very well. I get flown to places. I get put in nice hotels, things of that nature. You know what I'm saying? People don't see that, they don't understand that or whatever, and that's cool. I'm not no superstar. You know what I'm saying? I don't try to be. I believe in monetizing my situation, take care of my family, take care of my community, and invest it back in music or whatever. Right. So honestly, man, I think that for me, it wasn't necessarily a thing of let me get hot on the road, let me get hot outside of Baton Rouge. Before I just followed the mood to where I could be more successful.
Right.
So it doesn't make sense for me to be struggling out here doing shows for free or not doing shows at all, where I can drive 2 or 3 hours and get paid to headline. It just doesn't make sense or whatever.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? Yeah. Because I want to move forward. Like, I'm a type of person that I don't really necessarily believe in. I hear people saying like, let me move to Atlanta, I'll be popping. Man, I just feel like if you don't have anything established in your own personal city, you're not gonna pop nowhere else. I know so many people who moved to Atlanta or wherever, somewhere else, thinking that, you know, it was the city. It's all about your work ethic. And for me, I've done enough as a facilitator and as an artist in Baton Rouge, so I'm extremely comfortable. I might perform in Baton Rouge maybe 5 times a year, that's if I'm headlining the show. That's if I'm opening for somebody where it's worth my while. I'm gonna get paid very well to do it or whatever. Very rarely. Sometimes I do a show if I really want to do a show, right, and it ain't no money involved, but I just feel like I just want to do it or whatever. If it has some type of significance to me, I do it. But for the most part, like, I don't really need to. I don't really aim to do it, because I remember at one point I was trying to rap. I remember like in 2011, bruh. I probably did like 115, 120 shows, and a lot of them was either open mics. Anytime, I remember like 5 nights a week. It was be it a poetry night, any type of chance I had to get on the microphone, I did it. You know what I'm saying? And then once I started doing my own shows, I'm throwing. Between what I was doing by myself and then what I was doing with Soul by the Man with the Lyricist Lounge, I'm throwing 2 or 3 shows a month on top of booking tours, coming through Baton Rouge. And I definitely oversaturated myself. At the time, wasn't worth the money, whatever. So, but I just feel like, regardless if you try to be an underground rapper or a conscious rapper or a trap rapper or whatever, like your success is only going to be determined by how hard you work and where you work and what works. You understand what I'm saying? So for me, one of the pluses I have being a Baton Rouge based artist is I'm pretty much the only person like myself. True. So I have zero competition. True. I don't have to worry about no radio. I ain't got no gatekeepers in my way. True. True. You know what I'm saying? I can book my own venues, I can hire my own DJs. I got homies within my organization that have radio shows, so I got ways to get radio spins that way. Shout
out to the Antidote.com. Right.
The Antidote.com.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? I'm able to do some things because I put enough time in or whatever, in Baton Rouge, and find a way to monetize. My name is, I've been blessed to have it preceded stuff in a couple capacities. Number 2, the thing I like about Baton Rouge is it's pretty centrally located. You get to Houston in 4 hours.
Right. Florida and...
You know what I'm saying? I get to Pensacola in 3-4 hours. 3? Okay. I can get to New Orleans in an hour and a half. I get to Jackson 2.5 hours. I get to Memphis in 6. I can get to Atlanta in 7. Right. You know what I'm saying? Right. So for the places I go to or whatever, pretty much a tank and a half of gas. Right. Will get me there, and I'm still monetizing the situation.
I never thought about that. I never thought.
Oh yeah, that's why. That's one thing I like about it, because it's like between, we got 10 right here. 12 is on down that way if you want to go that way. We got 55, you know what I mean? Right. So Dallas is 5.5 hours away or whatever. Right. Say 49 and up to 20. So like I can, within 6 hours I can cover a lot of range from right here on Baton Rouge or whatever. So I definitely that's what I really like about it or whatever. Right. So at first, I remember Wendy Day was like, you need to look on your map and everything in a 3-hour radius. You need to hit them cities up or whatever. And I definitely did that, starting in like Lafayette, Jackson, New Orleans, Shreveport, Lake Charles, you know what I'm saying? And then just keeping on moving, you know what I'm saying? Now it's Mobile and, you know what I'm saying? Now it's, things of that nature. So
you just dropped the hell of a jewel for a lot of cats who are trying to come up and really do this thing.
But you gotta put your time in.
Standing up in Container Mall trying to have sales.
You know what I'm saying? Like, look, man, I'm gonna tell you, like, I did Jackson for free on a Sunday night, maybe doing 2 or 3 songs about 2 years. Right. But I didn't mind doing it because I built up such a fan base. J. Mike came out there with me one time. Mm-hmm. I came out there, I think I just dropped Black Soul. I sold every single CD I had. I might have had like 25 copies. $5 pop their ads up real quick. Right. You feel what I'm saying? So like, there's a situation to where, even though I wouldn't get paid to do the show, you know what I'm saying, I was still making money and building a name for myself and kind of reestablish the pipeline between Jackson and Baton Rouge. And that's at the time Kamikaze was owning the club. He noticed what I was doing, and we've been building ever since. You know what I'm saying? And now I can go out there. I stay at people's house. They feed me. They break bread with me. And so a lot of artists, the thing about it, especially now with the generation that we're in, these young dudes don't want to put no time in. They're not patient. And because everything is social media, click and like and retweets or whatever, you gotta be patient, you gotta take some licks. And when it's time for you to get paid, you'll know. Right. You know what I'm saying? Like I did a lot of stuff for 20, 30, maybe. I was happy when I was first starting to get $20 gas money. Then I'm getting 35, that's enough for me, you know what I'm saying, to give me, put something on the tank and give me a burger or something. Right. I was happy when I was first able to charge $50 to perform. Right. But it took me 2 or 3 years to get that. Right. Now I can,
and then your merchandise game.
Then my merchandise game was up. Now I did a show in Tampa back in April or whatever, and man, they got me down there, got me in the Hampton Inn for 2 nights or whatever, right by Ybor City is like the equivalent to like Bourbon Street. So right at the edge of Ybor City down there in Tampa, they got me to Hampton Inn. First, it was dope because the first thing I noticed when we came in, they had the mad fresh chocolate chip cookies.
Okay.
I thought, oh, this is official. They had the cookies. I was like, oh! Me and Mark Dope was like, yeah, you know what I'm saying, man. And I don't really like talking numbers, but I would say that night between CD sales and cash, that's probably the second most money I ever made to rap like 30 minutes, and I headlined the show out of town.
Right.
But it's a situation to where, you know, I had to build my resume up.
Right.
So I could have done that, and I've always been good. I've definitely got better as a performer. My music has gotten better, but 3 years ago I couldn't have done that because I hadn't done enough.
Right.
And I hadn't done enough free stuff. I hadn't done enough, putting enough time in. And so when the time is right, people will pay you with the time you put in. But a lot of these cats don't want to put no time in. Right. Like, and really I have no sympathy for that. Like,
so the album Cry Freedom is in stores right now. Well, hard copy is available the 29th. Digital download was yesterday, 22nd.
22nd, correct.
Right. Let's talk about how many features you got on?
Man, it's like a game album almost, man. Nah, man, I don't. I'm trying to go song for song. So first song by myself. Second song got Isaac Jarvis Jr. on the hook, so that's one. Third song got Tef Poe, that's 2. Fourth song is My Mind, feature Kamikaze. Mr. Franklin, aka Kamikaze, Pretty Letters. That's 4.
Right.
4, right? Wait, 3 or 4?
That was 5.
5? Isaac Jarvis, Tef Poe, Kamikaze.
In the intro.
No, well, I haven't anybody on the intro.
Okay.
Alright, so that's okay. Next is Jig City Blues 2. So that's their relatives, that's a group, so that's 4. After that is Wild Stay, Substantial, 5. Next is Walking in the Rain. So, Fifth Child, Ed Alpha Banks, 7. Then it's In My Life, that is 8. By Any Means remix, Truth Universal, KP Soul, 10. And then KP Soul is on the last song as well. So, yeah, only one song with the album. I don't have any guest features or whatever. I guess KP Soul. So I guess you could say 10 artists or whatever. And the reason why, man, I always feel like this album be special. I always felt like over the last, probably specifically the last 3 years, I've really focused on being a regional artist, you know, burgeoning, trying to matriculate into being a national artist. And I wanted to have a project that reflected some of my connects and some of my people who I've built relationships with or whatever. Like every person on that bill, I've done shows with them, you know, multiple shows with them, and you know, these people on my cell phone that I can give a call and talk to. Like these are my friends or whatever. So I wanted to, from a regional standpoint, I definitely wanted to have, you know, Truth Universal and Kamikaze and Alfred Banks and, you know, the Ill Relatives and Fifth Child or whatever. You know what I'm saying? From a national standpoint, definitely had to have Superstition. Like I'm probably the only person from Louisiana who ever has a verse with Superstition. That's a big deal. Like a lot of people around here don't know. Like he's easily the most accomplished person on my album. Damn good MC. You're familiar with like Little Brother. You know what I'm saying? He's like pretty much Fonte's big homie.
I saw you give him a shout out on Instagram. You
know what I'm saying? Like, that's like amazing to me, bro. Because that dude is so accomplished. Like he definitely put bar work in across the world. You know what I'm saying? Superstition is another national MC who, man, this dude, if people are familiar, producing New Job Bands, he was a Japanese producer. He's basically like the Japanese version of Jay Dilla. Like, what's crazy is like, him and Jay Dilla was like damn near born on the same day, damn near died on the same day or whatever. Right. But like, he was like totally dope and like, so Substantial's first deal was in Japan. Like, he was like Jay-Z in Japan, like in the late 90s, early 2000s. You understand what I'm saying? Right. And like, dude, like, I'll be like, yeah, man, I'm about to go to Austin, I'm about to go to Mobile, I'm about to go to Shreveport. But like, yeah, I'll catch up with you when I get back from Turkey. That's how shit he be on. Right. You know what I'm saying? Like, so like, you know, and then of course I brought Tef Poe out here. If you're familiar with what's going on with Ferguson, you know what I'm saying? Right. Tef Poe is Source Unsigned Hype alum, Double XL, was it? Not a freshman, but a Double XL, whatever the
watch.
Yeah, artist to watch, whatever. They use formerly signed to Universal, you know what I'm saying? Freestyle Friday, 160 Park Freestyle Friday champion. And then on the activist tip, you know, he's the director of Hands Up United, which is a Black Lives Matter affiliate. Him and Hands Up United went to Geneva to bring up Ferguson Police Department on war crimes.
So they went to the UN?
Yeah, they went to the UN.
Geneva Convention.
You know what I'm saying? So these you know, and these are people who, you know, I've built relationships with, you know what I'm saying, within the last 3 to 4 years, and like, you know, my people or whatever. So, and you know, I didn't want to make a compilation album. It ain't like a DJ Khaled compilation album. Every person on there serves their purpose.
Right.
In terms of, okay, this is what the song was about. This is what I want you to bring to it. Some people, I kind of gave them the idea. Like, Alfred Banks is not known for being like a serious person. But on Walking in the Rain, I said, look, bro, I need you to dig deep and pull something out. Cause you know what I'm saying? Cause you know, because when we talk about cry freedom, so that's the cry part of it. We talking about the struggle. And so he pulled out to me one of my favorite verses he's ever done, or whatever, you know. So I wanted everybody to fit it correctly, and I wouldn't. Of course, I want people to see it, but like, man, he got verses from Superstition and Substantial. I want people to see that, but at the same time, I just wouldn't try to throw anybody on there.
Right.
You know, so I mean, there were people who I did get verses from that didn't make the cut.
You made it a movie.
Try to, hey, if that's the phrase we use.
More Scorsese.
You know what I'm saying? I just wanted to, you know, with the all-star cast, man. I'm happy, man. I'm trying to compete on a different level. Like, I've done very, very good in Baton Rouge. You know, with this whole situation with Grand Union, man. Like, I want to solidify myself as a Baton Rouge artist on a national level. So I didn't even think about making no. You know, it don't sound like nothing else that's out in Baton Rouge ever. Ever. I don't think anybody from Baton Rouge has never had an album like this before. Not even, like, nobody's had the caliber of like MCs.
I mean, just the topic, just
you know what I'm saying? Like, yes. So like, nobody's ever had an album like this before, and I want this to go down in history. Like, okay, what is the definitive hip hop album from the underground tip for Baton Rouge or whatever that can compete with what's coming out of Chicago or the Bay Area or Detroit or New Jersey or New York or whatever. I want them to say cry freedom or whatever. Right. Like that was definitely a part of it, man. And shout out to everybody that was a part of it. All I gotta say, by any means, gotta give shout out to Donnie Rose. He gonna be man. He definitely got his writing credits. You know what I'm saying? By any means, he wrote the hook on that or whatever. So definitely, you know, of course, the whole album was produced, executive produced by Mr. Joseph Wapara, you know what I'm saying? Joe on the track, you know what I'm saying? This is a project we've been working on for 8 years, bro.
Right.
8 years, my nigga, like 8 years, bro. Like on and off, we stop and we going. Some songs, some beats he sent me, I put them on another project. You know what I'm saying? He put them on this project, and we always kind of knew exactly what kind of sound we wanted. We knew what kind of direction we wanted or whatever. And it just came down to picking, like, out of 8 years, picking like the 10 songs, the 10 best songs. I didn't have no filler.
Right.
I wanted every song to be, because normally I do EPs.
Right.
So like 7, 8 song EPs. I want to do 10 songs. We had some skits. The skits didn't work out. They didn't come out as planned or whatever. But the album told the story so well, I didn't need the skits.
Right.
You know?
Oh man, I wanted to go into a break, but that last thing you just said, the times that we're in right now. Everybody knows the current state of Baton Rouge. Got a lot of shit going on. The movie that we were watching in Ferguson has become real life in Baton Rouge.
Correct.
You know what I mean?
Slightly different.
I mean, it's become. It's we're in it.
Well, I'm gonna tell you this. It's slightly different right now. Right now, we are the PG-13 version of Ferguson.
Right.
And I'm gonna tell you why.
Right.
Because the protests have remained peaceful, and there haven't been any. And to me, like, there hasn't been any violent protests or violent protesters.
Right.
By this time, Ferguson and Baltimore was already up in flames. Right. Now, I'm gonna tell you, this is very peculiar about Baton Rouge. If you look at all the places this has happened, you know, South Carolina, you know, Sandra Bland in Texas, you know, Baltimore, Minnesota, Cleveland, Ferguson or whatever.
Right.
Like, this is in the deepest of the deep south.
Right.
And let me tell you, like the potential for this shit to go up is something different.
Let me ask you something. Why is the deepest of the deep south? Why is it
the most
flammable? Why is it in party mode?
Huh?
Why is it in party mode?
Why is it in party mode?
Yeah, I mean, from what I've seen a lot of drinking and carrying on more than protesting. I've seen.
Well, you know, I think.
And we coming from the deepest of the deep south.
You talking about like the protest? What you mean?
Like on Foster.
Honestly, bro,
I look at it as a reason to go out there. I mean, well, not what I'm saying, but I see more drinking and hanging out going on.
You know what, bro? I will say every time I've been over there, it's been love.
Yeah.
It's been love, and I don't think nothing's wrong with that. I think that people grieve in a particular way. I think people love that community, so they protesting out there and they chilling. I mean, a man was murdered in a place that everybody goes to every single day. You see him. I done bought CDs from the man before. Right. You know what I'm saying? I didn't, go in there, get a cold drink and get the cop, you know what I'm saying, little 3 for $10 or whatever. Right. Like, and I think the reason why people haven't really turned up over there is, for one, the families requested that people remain peaceful, and number two, I think everybody loves them so much they're just showing love. Like one day I went over there, I literally got bottled water, hugs, and barbecue chicken. Okay. They out there feeding lunch or whatever. So, I mean, I don't think that something pop off. I don't think that'd be the neighborhood that get tore up. You know what I'm saying? But I'd rather have that than the city up in flames. Me personally, you know what I'm saying?
You recently spoke with the family, right?
Yes. I'm just gonna say that she asked that I maintain a righteous man. Prayed over the most intense prayer ever in life that I've had, and whatever. And I've had a lot of intense prayers prayed over me before. Just to keep fighting a good fight. I said, we need peace, we need justice. And so, keep organizing, to keep doing things, and just let people know what's going on, and trying to help out the family the way we can and whatever. But it's an intense situation. It's PG-13 right now. It can't get worse, because I mean they're not about to charge these people, man. Like the Salamoni's, his dad is over the SWAT team. Yeah. That's in charge of, the protests. Right. You know what I'm saying? So it's like they're not about to get him made no justice. He's like a legacy police officer.
Right. He comes from a family of police officers.
A family of police officers. Right. You know what I'm saying? Like a spoiled rich kid, but instead of him being a tycoon, you know what I'm saying, you going up the corporation, it's it's our police officers, whatever. So they not about to lock them up. I mean, if you think out of, I want to say, the 1,000 people killed by police officers, only like 4 or 5 have been charged, and probably less than that have been sentenced or whatever. Right. So I mean, the likelihood of us getting some justice by those killer cops being incarcerated to do a serious term is very slim to none, and I'm terrified because the city will go up now, and then the whole officers get killed. That's something that didn't happen nowhere else. So that adds a whole different level of flammability. You understand what I'm saying? Right. I think the smartest thing has been to, kind of focus on what we can do to change the situation, and not be antagonistic, because you can only yell that you're angry for so long. Right. I always say this. I remember going to Gina 6. And I remember being outside the courthouse with Sister Soldier and Al Sharpton and Jesse Jackson, and we screamed "Free Michael Bell" for like 4 hours straight. They ain't let the nigga out the jail. Right. We was out there just hollering. Right. You know what I'm saying? And I don't think he ended up doing the full term they tried to give him, but still, like, it wasn't like they about to let him out that particular day. So we can protest, and I'm all about the right to peacefully protest or whatever, without having your constitutional rights infringed on or whatever. But at the same time, we also got to use some of that energy and our ingenuity into creating our own type of justice. Like, we got all these police chiefs, we in an election year, we got these mayors, these city councilmen that's running for whatever. We got to get them up out of here. You know what I mean? And so it's a lot of different ways to deal with that. And like another thing that's from every other place in terms of you know what's going on. Like this is state capital. So like when laws are being made, people can get soft.
You don't think the time of protesting is over?
Nah. No. Because protesting is just the first part. It's letting the world know what's going on. I've been the LA Times out here talking about how Kip Holding is skipping out and not handling his business. Right. You know what I'm saying? It lets the world know what's going on with them. It draws attention to it so everybody else can see what's going on.
From that aspect, so from that aspect of letting the world know
it's a good thing to do, but it just can't be the only thing.
Right.
It can't be the only thing. Like Martin Luther King and them ain't get, they didn't get laws changed because they protested. They got laws changed because they put enough pressure on the power B to change policy. But it has to go hand in hand. Like the reason why they did the sit-ins is to show, this is something that I never do. I never tip my hat to them. They sit at these lunch counters, they let them pour milkshakes and salt and punch on them to show how brutal these white folks can be.
Right.
And how America was just letting it be. Right. So it's definitely marching and peaceful nonviolent protest is definitely a tactic, but it's not the end all be all. It's just a part of it. Just show that brutality, show like, we got to do something, man. We just can't let this stuff happen. You know?
How you feel about this, what's his name, that sheriff,
Next question.
I don't even put his fucking name.
Next question.
Right. Well, I tell you what. Yeah, right. All right. I just wanted to hear what you had to say about it. But we're gonna go ahead. We're gonna take a quick commercial break, man. Once again, we at Mona Rico 10084 South Choctaw. It's your boy Brian, man. We having a fucking special interview sitting down with my homeboy Marcel. Pride Freedom, released yesterday, July 22nd. Hard copy, July 29th. Turn up is also the same night. Right. And quick commercial break, man. Let's go into some music. One.
And let me run that black consciousness to street niggas. Middle finger to the crooked cops who beat niggas. Let me introduce you to my heat, nigga. This be that God body for the hard body. All black music, the anthem to the movement. Weapon soldiers in the streets. Stop the black on black beef. Stop aiming at innocent victims and stop banging on the system. Yeah, and trick, I think I'm Punchy Carter. I went from monster to militant like the former Slauson. And I ain't wearing bad no blanket, you won't see me flossing. But I'm all about my paper, you gon' see me bossing. But no, I ain't Rose. Never drove a Maybach, but I'm self-made. Never been a correctional guard, but the head nigga in charge now hollers, oh Lord, I'm a boss.
They call him boss, he's a boss. Boss nigga, he's so bad. They call him boss, he's a boss. Boss nigga, he's so bad. They call him boss, he's a boss. Boss nigga, he's so bad. They call him boss, he's a boss. Boss nigga.
Man, I'm not just squatted up, I got my niggas with me. I got some rich rolling 90s and some 60s with me. No set tripping, got some Hoover lows crippin' with me. Families and power rules that my pictures with me. Yeah, and trick, I think I'm George Jackson. I lead a faction, the street niggas about the action. Military minded, trained to put your lights out. Picture a million understanding Now full of goals in the out, got tats in the thing I say they got my back. Revolutionary mind in the house, they strapped. Ain't afraid of them white folks. Told M1 carbon rifles. Uncle Sam's worst nightmare. Educated with arms to bear. And yeah, don't you thought that just make you skip. I goes to God body, get ready to get it up there. Yeah, and we trained in guerrilla warfare. Prepare to take a loss if you step into the boss.
They call him boss. He's a boss. Boss nigga. He's so bad. They call him boss. He's a boss. Boss nigga. He's so bad. They call him boss. He's a boss. Boss nigga. He's so bad. They call him boss. He's a boss. Boss nigga.
All right, man. Back live from a quick little commercial break. You know what I'm saying? Let's tell people where can the album be found.
Okay.
Tour dates. You know what I'm saying? What you got going on and coming up in the.
Bet it up. Album can be found MarcelPBlack.com, MarcelPBlack.bandcamp.com, on iTunes, on Amazon, on Google Play. If you're a streamer, you know what I'm saying? I think it's up on Tidal now. Go check out Tidal or whatever. Check out Spotify, Apple Music or whatever. Pretty much all your digital retailers is definitely there or whatever. Please get it quick. I'm trying to chart. I'm trying to do something I've never done before or whatever. A lot of people are asking me which one goes the most to me. Bandcamp, I get the most lion's share of it, but it don't matter. You know, whatever. Just go ahead, just go get it, man. $7.99 on all the other sites, and it's $8.99 on Bandcamp, what have you. As far as tour dates, you know, me and my label mate JB, we starting in Baton Rouge on July 29th, the Spanish Moon Hip Hop is Alive / my album release party. That's where I have the physical copies of the album for sale or whatever, and I'm also gonna start putting the albums in the stores locally or whatever, and possibly in the region and some of the places I go touring in. July 30th, I'll be in Jackson. I have a release party out there in Jackson at Offbeat Jackson. I want to say 1415 Wesley Drive or whatever. July 31st, I have another album release party in New Orleans at Black Star Books and Cafe in the heart of Little Africa. You know what I'm saying, come Black Home or what have you. That's 800 Bellevue in Algiers or whatever on the West Bank or what have you. And then August, we're doing a benefit show. I want to say San Marcos, San Antonio, Houston, Austin, possibly Mobile. September looking at Arizona, North Carolina. October, I don't have anything booked for October just yet. And I think I'm going back to, I know I'm going back to Pensacola in November, whatever. And I'm still like, with everything going on, you know what I'm saying? The whole booking of the tour stuff just kind of went to the side, you know what I'm saying? To focus on, you know, I guess, you know, to definitely pay attention to what's going on in the community in Baton Rouge. Then, man, just like, I definitely stacked my plate. Before all the stuff happened, I definitely stacked my plate in the month of July. Then that happened, and so, you know, definitely filling them tour dates. They'll all be on my website, MarcelPBlack.com, for people to check out. And you can catch me, man, you know what I'm saying? I really, you know, I'm not a braggadocious rapper, but I will say, ain't too many people see me on the stage, and I take that very seriously. That's a gladiator sport that I excel in right there, or whatever. So I'll come to your city, give you this work. If you want to get in contact with me, Marcel P Black, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. If you want to hit me up for a feature, this, that, and the third, or any type of business, maroonmusic@gmail.com. Book me for a show, book Marcel P Black at gmail.com. My company is Baton Rouge Hip Hop Project. BRHipHopProject@gmail.com if you want to get in contact with us in terms of you know, facilitate any type of concert or possibly get booked for a show. But yeah, man, www.outshit.com. I'm really trying to cook, bro. Like, a lot of people like do all this stuff before the album comes out, and then they worry about their first week numbers and they dead it. I'm about to push this album like it came out for the next 6 weeks. Right. Every day I'm on it. Every day I'm trying to push it. Like, I'm trying to ride. I want this to be my best-selling album I've ever put out, or whatever. I wanted to just surpass what I've done with Black Collar thus far. And I mean, I feel like I can do it. I feel like I have great music and, you know, a very timely message. And I think that it's gonna touch people in the heart when they hear it.
Right. All right. But shit, when all that's said and done, you know what I'm saying? Y'all been
Wait, hold on, my bad. Quick shout out. You see, I got the Antidote snapback on. You know what I mean? Go to theantidote.com. Make sure you get your snapbacks. You know what I'm saying? Huge shout out to Mona Rico for hosting this or whatever. You know, we all supporting black businesses. We all try to empower and build each other up. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, shout out to Mona Rico. Shout out to Antidote.com. Make sure you get your snapback like I got.
Right. It is what it is, man. All the time.
Peace.
All right. One.
All right.